So today I'm in my 18th week of pregnancy. I'm so happy to be over the first trimester symptoms of morning sickness. I didn't have the throwing up symptoms, but I did have the complete opposite effect, which my doctor thought was a little bit strange, but there was no need for concern because I was steadily gaining weight. As of today, I've gained a total of 5 pounds, and hopefully continuing forward, I gain only 1 pound a week. We'll see how that goes because I have been eating whatever I feel like. I'm not eating for two, but I am eating whatever my body feels like eating. It's kind of like intuitive eating plus a little more. If I want dessert today or at this moment, I will indulge in that. During my first trimester, weeks 6 through 10, I had the worst nausea. I had it all the time. It was hard to sleep and hard to function actually, and I was so tired all the time. And because of the nausea and morning sickness, I had like food aversion to a lot of foods. I would say that almost every vegetable made me feel sick, and even my prenatal vitamins were really hard to take. And these are the prenatal vitamins that I have been taking. It's from Mega Food. It's called Baby and Me Too. These prenatal vitamins are not the best to taste. They're kind of huge. They're like these giant pills, and you have to take 2 of them a day at any time. You don't have to take it with food, but you need 2 of these a day. I was a little hesitant to take these because I already, even before I got pregnant, I had like a really hard time taking pills in general. Like swallowing pills was always such a struggle. But when I was going through the nausea of the first trimester, this was even more incredibly hard to take. And I kept thinking, my gosh, I should have just, bought the gummy types because those would definitely have been easier to eat. But the problem with some of the gummy types were that they didn't have like a full spectrum of vitamins. For the most part, it was missing iron, and I don't really, in my daily diet, I don't really get enough iron in a day. So I didn't really want to have to take extra iron supplements on top of taking the gummy vitamins. So I just kind of like struggled, and I took these pills twice a day, every day. I just kind of just did it. I have to do it for the folate. Another thing with the folate is that this vitamin has the highest amount of folate that I could find on the market. It has, 1020 mcgs of folate, which is 170% of your daily recommended amount. So if you guys can handle taking pills, I do recommend that one. And on top of taking those prenatal vitamins, I did take some calcium supplements because that is missing in a lot of prenatal vitamins, and I don't get enough calcium a day. I'm lactose intolerant, and I know there's lactose-free milks and options, but even then I'm still not able to take in naturally from my food intake enough calcium a day. So I take these calcium supplements. You take 3 a day, and these pills are a lot smaller, so they were easier to take than the prenatal vitamins. They're a lot smaller and skinnier, and they don't have like a weird smell. Another thing with the prenatal vitamins is that they have this like rabbit hutch smell, which is like so gross, and I always had to take my prenatal vitamins with like juice instead of water because of that smell. These ones don't have any scent whatsoever. I could take it with water. I still did take it with like a juice or almond milk to kind of cover up any like taste in the pills. And these pills have 77% calcium plus 250% daily dose of vitamin D3 and some K1 and K2 vitamins. and 14% magnesium. So I thought this was really helpful for me because otherwise I would have to be eating so much yogurt and cottage cheese a day, which is just, I just can't, especially during my first trimester nausea. It was so hard to eat anything relatively healthy. I was eating a lot of fast food. I know that's so bad for you, especially during your first trimester. You should be eating so much healthy foods for your baby, but I just couldn't. Um, I think what's most important is you just eat what you can at the moment, because some ladies, they throw up everything, so you do have to replenish your body's energy with whatever you can. For me, it was fast food, like vegetables and fruits and anything, even water actually, because I developed that metallic taste that a lot of women do develop. Even water was such a struggle to drink, so I had to resort to like juice and even soda. One thing that helped me with nausea was these C-bands. They're for people who have motion sickness, but these do help with morning sickness as well. They have these like pressure point balls on the wrist area. You just put 2 of these on one on each wrist, and then the pressure point, the ball, it puts minimal pressure on this area of the wrist, and it's supposed to help with nausea. It did help me a lot. I noticed that when I wore it and I went to work or I went outside, I didn't feel as nauseous. So I think it does work. I'm gonna save these for any future pregnancies because these are actually quite expensive, more expensive than I thought. I believe they were like $7 or $8. I can't remember. They're not cheap. They're not like, $2 that you can just like maybe toss. Even $2 is kind of expensive. Some food items that I enjoyed during my first trimester were sour flavored things like pickles, kimchi, and for some reason I really started to want to eat fish. I wasn't really like a fish person before, but yeah, fish I really wanted to eat, which is kind of hard because you have to be careful with the mercury content in some fish, like swordfish, Chilean sea bass. You pretty much can't eat because they're like big ocean fish that have so much mercury content. But I believe salmon is okay, and some tuna. I found this brand online. I believe I found it on a pregnancy blog. It's called Safe Catch, and they mention or say that every tuna that they put in their tuna cans have been tested for their mercury content, and they only use low mercury tuna. Even though they say that it's been like tested, I still only eat 1 to 1.5 cans a week because I don't fully trust that each tuna has like very low mercury. I don't think that I want to risk eating this like every day just in case. So just 1 to 1.5 cans a week has been my limit. Also, because I do eat out a lot on the weekends, just in case I choose a seafood option at the restaurant, that will help me just to get the right amount of seafood a week rather than overeating seafood. Some pregnancy clothing items that I've been loving are these workout tops. They're like crop tops. They don't have any coverage or bra paddings whatsoever. It's very like a t-shirt texture. During my first trimester, I had such terrible breast pain. Like even just putting on a shirt or just being in bed and like moving around was so painful because of like the chafing and such. So this really helped. I would wear this and then my sleep shirt, and it would help a lot to kind of just keep everything in place and prevent any chafing in that area. And this bra is what I would wear on the daily for work or going out. These are padded. It has removable cups. They're from Calvin Klein, and I love these bras because it doesn't have any underwiring. It's all just literally just some soft workout type of material. And this has been really helpful for that same breast pain. I really love this. And I do take my normal size. I didn't size up, and I found that so far I didn't feel like it was extra tight or anything. We'll see how that goes because I'm not even halfway through the pregnancy. If I continue to grow, I may have to purchase a bigger size, but I don't think so. It's not even like really tight. Like I'm wearing one right now and I don't feel like it's tight at all. One thing with these bras though is I feel like they don't give you a good shape. So I did kind of miss my old bras, but I didn't realize until later that they had these, like, because I couldn't fit my old bras anymore. They had these cool clasps that you can add. I bought this on Amazon that you can attach to your bra strap to extend the chest size. And so I added that to one end of the bra, and then you just clip it on the other end and it extends the size of the chest. However, I had to stop using this pretty quickly. I think I only use this for 2 to 3 weeks because not only does your chest grow, but your actual like cup size grows as well. And before I was a very, very small A, but now that they're growing, they're totally just too big for my old bras. Like the top of the bras even, it's not even wired, it's like cutting into my boobs. So this I'm gonna have to hold off until I'm completely done with pregnancy. But if you do have bras that are more forgiving in the cup area and can stretch out further, this is a really good option. Like I wish this worked for me because then I wouldn't have to have bought extra bras. I could have just worn what I normally wear. And that's another thing about my maternity life, I guess. For this year, I really wanted to not buy a lot of extra maternity clothes. As much as I could, I didn't want to. But I realized that that's just not going to happen because a lot of my clothes that I was wearing was a bit tighter. And during my first trimester, because I was so nauseous, even wearing like loose but tight clothes like leggings or any kind of just even stretchy pants that put even the smallest amount of pressure on my waist really just made me so nauseous, just any type of pressure in that area. So I was resorting to my pajama pants or joggers that just were like way oversized. Like normally before I couldn't even wear those clothes because they were just way too loose, but now I've been like living in them. And at work I wear scrubs. So scrubs are in generally very stretchy, and luckily my scrubs were a bigger size than I normally am because when I wear clothes to work I like wearing a lot looser clothing. So those scrubs have been helping a lot. Thank goodness I can wear that to work because otherwise I would have to have purchased maternity clothes. I'm not really like a dress or a skirt type of person. I know a lot of people who like work in an office can wear skirts and loose flowy dresses that they already own, but unfortunately I have to wear long pants and closed-toe shoes, that kind of outfit to work, so that wasn't gonna fly. So that's my first update on my pregnancy. We don't really have an idea of the gender yet for our baby, so we haven't purchased any baby related items really. We were given gifts. They're like gender neutral baby clothes from my best friends, which is so awesome. And it's so cute in our closet. I would show you, but I need to clean my closet first. So until we find out, we're not really gonna buy any clothes. We are trying to really budget our baby purchases. We actually are planning on receiving hand-me-down baby gear like strollers and car seats. The car seat is still within the year span that is still valid for use. So I think it's okay to use. If not, we'll evaluate at that time, and if we need to buy a brand new car seat, we will. And I'll keep you updated on what we end up choosing. And until then, we'll see you next time. Bye.